What's up, guys? Welcome back to another installment of Getting Swole. As I promised, a full day of eating in this one. To start things off, making some coffee for the family, my dad, my brother, and myself. This is always the first thing I do upon waking up. Okay, come downstairs, make a full pot of coffee because, one, it takes time to brew. And I also want to have time to drink at least one cup before I get on the road to go to work at my house. It's just something I like doing. I like sitting, looking outside, just relaxing before the full day of work. So making the coffee here, press and start. Not really sure why I included this, but there you go. Now, we're in different clothes here because I recorded these two segments on 2 different days, but it's always the same process. So make the coffee, and now it's time to make my protein shake. Now, what's in my protein shake? You guys just saw me grab a bag of the whey protein powder I use. I will give you a close-up of that any minute now. But the only 3 things I put in my protein shake are whole milk, my protein powder, and organic 100% maple syrup, just to add some sweetness. Those are the only 3 things. And there are only 3 ingredients. Okay? The protein powder I use, it is only 1 ingredient, and that is whey protein concentrate. Okay? And the protein powder I do have here, the one that I've been using for the past 2 months, 2 to 3 months, is the only one I would recommend. It is going to be a little more expensive, but I think it is absolutely worth it. All right, a lot of the protein powders that you guys see on the shelves at stores are just terrible for you. All right, I think it was Muscle Milk I used to have all the time, vanilla Muscle Milk. And I had it for my first few years of lifting, had it all the time. And then I started doing some research, started learning about all the terrible, filler ingredients that a lot of corporations, a lot of companies put inside their food. You guys can see right here the syrup I use, and this is a protein. But back to Muscle Milk, there was over 30 ingredients in it. It was disgusting. Things were in there that just shouldn't have not been in there. But you can see here only 1 ingredient, 100% pure grass-fed cows, and the milk I use is the same as that, 100% grass-fed. That's how I like to roll, all right? Grass-fed kind of guy. I like eating and drinking the highest quality ingredients I can get my hands on. Now, you just saw that buttery pot of water. That was white jasmine rice, all right? It didn't grow yet, okay? That was the early stages of cooking it. But I cook 1 cup of that, and then 1 pound of beef right next to it. Or I'm sorry, I think that's half a pound of beef. Half a pound of 85-15, 100% grass-fed, of course, ground beef. I'll cook that, and I split it with my younger brother. He was actually the one that was cooking it this day. We take turns sometimes, But he was cooking that. I split it halfway with my brother. The whole pack of beef is 80-something grams of protein, so split that in half. I'm getting 41 grams just from that. Split the rice in half. That's good carbs right there. And then you have here my breakfast, okay? These are hard-boiled eggs. I do not buy these at the store. I actually prepare them the day before. I boil them myself in the water, the whole process. And I put 3 eggs on a sandwich with a high-quality bread. I usually use a company called Heidelberg. There's only 2 to 3 ingredients, I think, in their bread. It's just salt, water, and a healthy grain or something. That's it. That's all that's in it. Love that bread. I'll put 3 eggs on that, and then I will eat 2 hard-boiled eggs myself after that, and that's breakfast. You can see right here this little snack I have. You might have to rewind it. I didn't know this was going to move this quick. But they're called Power Puffs. And you guys saw the ingredients, very high quality ingredients. And I also showed the rating it had on it. It was like PDC AAS rating of 1, which means it's like the highest quality of protein that you can get, which is probably from the egg whites that are in it. But very high quality stuff there. You guys can see that. And I know that was only breakfast and lunch, but I forgot to include dinner. Okay, I always eat dinner at home. My mom usually cooks. And on this specific day, it was Meatball Monday. All right, Meatball Monday. So just more grass-fed ground beef. Okay, my mom makes her homemade meatball sauce or whatever, all from homemade healthy ingredients. You know, she makes the sauce up from scratch. She doesn't get it from a jar or anything like that. And then with some more white jasmine rice. Okay. Getting 290 for 5 here again. Failed 6. Okay, last week just did 5. This week failed 6. I'm getting close to it. Next week I expect myself to get 6. But back to the full day of eating. One thing I did not show was, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these, but they're called Larabars. And they're very low ingredient. I guess you can call them like snack bars. A lot of people call them cereal bars, you know, but there's only a few ingredients in them. And my favorite one is it's like called the cherry pie flavored. Tastes nothing like a cherry pie, but it's the cherry pie flavor. So what are these things made of? All right, they have dates, unsweetened cherries, and almonds. That's it. Those are the only 3 ingredients. And I'll have one of those with my breakfast usually. So with the hard-boiled eggs and the egg salad that uses that healthy mayonnaise I showed. And I do think I forgot to talk about that mayonnaise for a few seconds, but that is a mayonnaise from Primal Kitchen. And I actually had to look around for a healthy alternative to mayonnaise, because the big brands, it's all garbage, okay? They don't use good ingredients. It's not good for you at all. So I had to look around for that. And I actually came across that company, Primal Kitchen, and they make some good stuff, let me tell you. But I'm throwing 225 here around like it's nothing. Now, this is a weight that I used to get I would struggle to get 11. It was always like guaranteed 9, sometimes 10. If I felt really good, 11. And to just throw 225 on the bar here after doing 290 for 5, after doing 315 for 1, and to move it that quick. You guys saw that set. That was quick. To move it that quick, it just made me feel good about myself, you know? Come a long way when it comes to benching. It was only 3 months ago about where I was doing 225 for, usually would just get 10, and it was a struggle. Again, it was hard. It was very challenging. So just do that right there and just throw it around. Do 10 like it was nothing. Not start struggling until rep number 12. It feels really good. It really feels like a great accomplishment for myself. Just curling here, right? Curls for the girls, but I'm not curling for the girls, right? I'm curling because I'm a gym bro, right? Gym bros, they like curling. And I know curls are becoming obsolete. No one's doing them anymore. They're all doing their line on the bench cable curls. Okay, they're Bayesian cable curls. That's what everyone's doing now. That's the hype. I'm going to do the caveman workout. All right, I'm not going to do the new trendy stuff. I'm doing what freaking cavemen did. All right, and I'm getting results. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the full day of eating. I really try my best not to snack. All right, I work all day, 10-hour work days, and I don't like snacking one bit. All right, I don't have time to snack. Okay, we only get breakfast break at work and then a lunch break. Oh, and I should include this as well. I don't eat breakfast until about 9:30 to 10 o'clock usually. So I'm fasting from the time I wake up. Usually wake up around 5:45 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then I do that whole morning routine that I already showed you guys in the beginning of this video. And I don't eat anything until 9:30, 10 o'clock. I kind of have always liked doing that. I remember when I was in high school and I didn't know about any of this stuff like fasting, like I didn't know anything about anything when it came to eating schedules, eating right when I was in high school. Okay. I just ate whatever was in the pantry, right? Usually it was like some bullshit cereal that was terrible for you. Just sugar up the ass. Okay. I would usually just eat that and I just freaking chug it down. Okay. Eat it as fast as I could. And I go to school and I'd be feeling like shit for a few hours. I didn't know anything about fasting. A few years ago, I started doing fasting and I love fasting, right? I love just having coffee in the morning, fasting for a few hours. And I'm not talking fasting till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have done where it's like to 12 or 11:30, 12 or whatever. But I usually feel my best when I fast till 9:30, 10 a.m. I just like having those few hours in the morning where I'm not eating anything. And it just feels like the right thing to do. I know you guys might be different, but fasting that long, it feels like the right thing for me to do. And we got some preacher curls here. This was a big PR. If you guys remember last week, I got 100 pounds on this for 5, but it was my first time doing this weight. Attempted it again today, 7 reps. So that's a +2 there. And you guys will see in a few brief moments, the last rep of this set was exhilarating. All right, I didn't even know if I was going to get it. I got rep number 6 and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go for another one. And I'm pretty sure the bar was like, it was sitting there for a couple seconds. All right, I didn't know if it was going to come up. And I think I almost popped a blood vessel trying to get this thing up. You guys can see right here. It was very difficult. But that's what you got to do. All right, you got to do difficult things, go through difficult, feelings to grow. That's what you got to do. Now, when it comes to how many eggs I eat, I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, your cholesterol, it's probably through the roof, Eggs are not bad for you. I'll say it again. Eggs are not bad for you. Yes, they're high in cholesterol, but there's a difference between dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol. Eggs are not bad for you. I've been eating eggs every single day, a lot of eggs every single day for a few years now. And I'm telling you, I'm as healthy as I can be. All right, maybe not as healthy as I can be, but I'm very, very healthy. A lot healthier than most people. Not bragging. It's just the truth. Okay, I take care of my body and I eat right. But again, eggs are not bad for you. You need to get out of this stigma, this belief that has been forced onto you by society that eggs are bad for you. All right, I've worked with multiple people, older guys that are like, oh, it's going to catch up with you. That's what they're always saying. And then they're ordering a pork roll and cheese sandwich. That's American cheese right there. That is the most processed cheese in the world. Okay, it's just garbage. You can look up the ingredients right now on your phone. Pork roll, that's even more garbage. All right, you guys are probably like, what the heck is pork roll? Okay, it's a New Jersey thing. All right, it's basically just processed salted ham, pretty much. And we put it on breakfast sandwiches here, like bagels and stuff, and we just eat it. It's processed garbage. It's delicious, but it's processed garbage. But they'll single out the egg on those sandwiches, because a pork roll, egg, and cheese is very popular. It's probably the most popular sandwich in the state here of New Jersey. They'll single out the egg just because it's high in cholesterol. Oh, that's what's going to kill you in the long run. No, buddy, I think the American cheese, the highly processed American cheese, and the highly processed pork roll, and whatever garbage grain bread that you're eating that on, I think that's what's going to get you in the long run. All right, I don't think the thing that's natural, that comes from an animal, not from a factory, not processed to the highest degree in a factory. I think the thing that comes from the natural animal, okay, is what's going to be the healthiest option. That's the way I see it. All right. And I know there's differences of quality when it comes to eggs from different chickens. You want to get like pasture raised or free range or whatever, chickens that have lived a good life. You want to get eggs from that. But we got some posing here. All right. I think I have rambled on long enough about dieting, full day of eating, and lifting. So I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching.